Hello children, welcome to a 9th English class. Children, in the last class we started the lesson the noble bishop. The noble bishop, as I told, the noble quality that he possessed, the bishop possessed. And there we have seen one of the convict. He will come to the home of a bishop where he will say the entire problem. The problem in the sense how he has become convict and the 19 years that he has spent in the imprisonment. All that story he will narrate to the bishop, and listening to the story the bishop felt very sad. Unlike other people, what he has done, he offered the food, that too in the silver plate. He treated the convict in a well manner. He says that come and sit, have your seat, have a food in silver plate. So though he know that he was imprisoned for the reason of theft, what the theft he has done, he has stolen a piece of bread for the sake of the sister children. Correct children? For the sake of the sister children, he has stolen the bread pieces. Because of that he has caught and he was put into jail for 19 years. There onwards the journey of a suffering started of that convict. Who was that convict, children? The convict was here Jane Valjean. So he was treated very bad manner. He was treated like a wild animal. Instead of naming him, he was recognized on the number. That was the situation, and every time he was trying to escape from the jail. That was the mistake. Every time he tried to escape from the jail, each time he was caught by the cop and he was severely punished by the cop. That was the situation. That he will narrate to the bishop. After listening all the story, what he will do? He will listen and he will feel pity for the convict, and he says that now peacefully you have the food and sleep. So that he has arranged the bed for the convict. He says that you have your food and you sleep and you take a rest. That offer given by the bishop. And while offering a dinner, he will observe few of the things like silver plate, silver candlestick that tempted the greediness of a convict. There we have stopped the story. Right here, convict will go to sleep. After the dinner, he will go to sleep. Though he was get the sleep for a while, because he was tired, he was walked for a mile in search of a food as well as a job. Everybody ignored him, everybody insulted. They treated him like a dog. They told that get out, you won't get any job here. After all such treatment, he has walked for a mile. He was tired. When he gets stomach full of a food, he will have it and he slept for a while. That is for a while because in the last 19 years he slept on a hard floor without any proper sleep. The hard floor without any pillow, bedspread, he slept. So now when he was offered to sleep on a good bed, he was not getting a sleep. Then the evil thought will come into his mind. What was that? As I told, he was tempted by the silver items that he has seen on the dining table. That was silver plate, silver candlestick, that everything he was get tempted. So what he will do? He think that I should stole that one. After stealing those things, he thinks that I can live the comfort life, so that I need not to go for beg anyone for the food or the job. So what he will think? He will go to steal that silver plate and silver candlestick. And when he go to take that one, seeing the face of a noble priest, he will think that I was doing a mistake. Why he was doing a mistake? That when all ignored him, when all insulted him, thinking that he is a thief, here bishop invited and he served the food in silver plate and treated equally with him. And after all such treatment, children, again if we think that cheating a bishop, it is a wrong, right? But when he see the face of a bishop, another side the silver plate, the both will confuse the mind of a convict, Jane Valjean. So what he will do? Whether he will take the silver plate or he will ignore the silver plate. the story will in the next part. So I left in the page number 107 the last para where the convict Jane will come to take the silver plate. There we have stopped. Then the moral world has no greater spectacle than this: a troubled and restless conscience on the verge of committing an evil deed. So what the normal world will decide that yes, we anyhow allowed the thief inside the house, obviously he will thief, right? That is what we assume. If the murderer in the house, if any murder took place in the house, to whom we will suspect? Obviously we will suspect the murderer, correct? Earlier murderer. Though he do it or he may not do it, but the first doubt will goes on him, correct children? Here the writer says that the moral, the entire word says that no greater spectacle in the sense the view of a people, the view of a world is a troubled and restless conscience on the verge of committing an evil deed. So one who has already committed mistake, it is obvious that again and again he will commit the mistake. There is no matter of changing a personality. Then contemplating the sleep of a good man. It means that though that person is a victim, convict, he won't change. He was going to take that silver plate and silver candlestick while ignoring the sleep of a good person. Suddenly while Jane went up past and bed, straight to the cupboard, he saw the silverware, took it, crossed the room, jumped up the window and ran across the garden, leaped over the wall like a tiger and fled. So what he will do? He ignored the bishop. And why he ignored? Because when he was seeing the face of a bishop, he was like somewhere provoking that no, you don't do the bad deeds. That is what the face of a bishop says. So another voice provoke him to take, because if you take the silver item, by selling that one, your poverty, your problem will come end. So out of these two voices, he will get confused to whom or what I should listen, whether I should listen a bishop or I should listen a silver, my side. So he thinks that instead of listening to the bishop, I should take a silverware so that my life will be settled down. So what he will do? Finally he take the silverware and he will run. He go through the garden and he will jump the compound wall and he will run like a tiger. Then the second scene, Backstab. Good heavens, the silverware is stolen. That man who came last night has stolen it. So Backstab, she is a servant or a maid, one who was there to serve the bishop. She will shout that seeing the table was empty, whatever silverware was there on the table, everything is empty. She will say, God heaven, in the sense, oh God, that all the silver items were stolen by that person to whom we entered last time. She suspects, she guessed correctly that only that person has took. Even we do the same, right? If suppose that person is absent anyhow in the house, even these vessels also missing, then obviously the suspicion will go on his head only, right? So she says that yes, he took everything and ran away from the house. Then what the bishop will do? Bishop with sadness, I have for a long time wrongfully withheld this silverware. See, the bishop says that, see, that is my mistake. So calmly he says that is my mistake. For a long time I wrongfully withheld. What do you mean by withheld? Withheld in the sense holded this silverware. He says that is my mistake. From the many year I have holded, in the sense I kept that silverware or the silver vessels with me. Is it clear? He says that from many years I withheld, in the sense I kept that silver item with me. That is mistake, I have done it. Why he says so? Why he accept that is his mistake? Because it belonged to the poor. Is it clear, children? He says that silverware, that silver items belongs to the poor. I should give that item to poor only. But what I have done? I have done wrong. For many years, for a long time, I kept that silver item with me. Instead of giving to the poor, I kept that silver item with me. That is a mistake I have done. Is it clear? Yes. Who was this man? So he asked that silver item should go to poor. He has not mentioned which poor, but it should belongs to poor. But now tell me, who is that man? Who is that convict? He is a poor, correct? He says that. See, it means that we collect the money, children. Are you getting what I am telling? Yes. We collect the money for the sake of the good, for the sake of a poor. That means that money we will divert to poor itself. We won't target. It has to go to him only, or it has to go to her only. Our aim or our motto is that it has to reach the need. Correct? So here he says that I have kept that silver item for the sake of the poor. Correct? Here another side, that convict is poor. So children, so the silver item finally has gone to poor itself. So he gave the conclusion to her that it is not stolen. To whom it has to go, it has gone. Is it clear? Yes. So a poor man. Who was this man? A poor man, evidently, correct? It has to belong to poor man. So finally it has reached to poor man. It belongs to him. There is a knock at the door. When he was explaining to her, he will get the knock. Bishop, come in. A servant and 4 policemen enter with the convict bound. So the knock, somebody will knock the door. When he says enter, the 4 policemen will accompany that convict. They will catch him and they will bring him in front of the bishop. Sergeant in the sense they are the police. Bishop, we have caught. Policeman says that we caught him. Bishop, to Jane Valjean. There you are. I am glad to see you, my friend. So he won't get angry. Very calmly says, oh, you are. I am glad to see you. I am very happy to see you, man. Why he says so? Whether it is an irony or he was really feeling it. Sergeant, he was confused. All the policemen were confused. What he was telling? Why he was so calm and friendly with convict? Bishop to Jane Valjean. But I gave you the candlesticks also. You are silver like the rest, which are silver like the rest. He says that when you are going, I gave you silver sticks. He says that, children, when you having a dinner while sleeping, along with this silverware, along with the silver plate, children, I gave you candlesticks also. Why didn't you take them along with this plate? Why didn't you take them along with this plate? Jane Valjean looks at the bishop with an expression that no words could describe. So bishop says to convict Jane that I gave you silver, all the silver item, not only a silver plate, along with the silver plate, I gave you silver candlestick. What is a silver candlestick? It is a stand or the hold, which upon that we will keep the candle. He says that along with that plate, even I gave you candlestick. But why you forgot that? He asked. Along with that plate, you could have taken sticks also. Why you left? Why you forgot? He will ask to the Jane. Jane was confused. He was thinking what he was telling. He has not given me that. I took that and ran from here. But why he was telling that he gave to me? What was the matter? He was surprised. Sergeant, then what this man said must be true, he said. Then the policeman will say, okay, here see the sentence here. The Jane Valjean, he may be also given the same reason what the bishop has given. It means that when policemen, cops capture the jail, to get escape, he has given the reason. Maybe he has given the reason that I have not stolen the silver plate. The silver plate was given by bishop itself. He may be told like that. To get it proved, to get it done, or the cops brought the jail version in front of the bishop to see, to listen the two-side argument. Here, when bishop also gave the same reason what the Jane Virgin gave, it made confused. The policeman will get confused that may be true. Whatever the Jane Virgin said, it is a true. Both side reason was same. So it may be a fact. They assume that it may be a fact. But what was the reality? Who knows the reality? The both person, bishop as well as the Jane Virgin, both know the reality. Reality is that either bishop has not given or he has not received. He was stolen the silverware, correct? So both know the fact, but why they are telling lie? Both why they are lying the same lie? Whether they already decided? No. Then how can he say the same reason? Then Sergeant, then what this man said must be true. He said, Bishop, he must have you told you that silverware was given by me, and that he said, and that he has spent the night here and you brought him here, it's all a mistake. So here bishop will say to sergeant police that you are confused policeman, correct? Because he may be told you, Jane may be told you that I gave you silver plate when he came to stay on last night. Is it correct? Bishop will ask to policeman. Sergeant, if that is so, we can let him go. They release the convict and leave. So the policeman says that correct. He gave the same reason. If you agree the reason that he has given, then we have no reason to arrest him. We will leave. Bishop, my friend, Bishop says, my friend, before you go away, so they agree the reason of a bishop and they release the Jane Virgin. After that bishop will say to Jane Virgin, Bishop, my friend, before you go away, you can take this candlestick. They are yours. Take them. Gives him the silver candles. So what the bishop will say is, when the policemen leave the place, bishop will call the Jane Virgin and says, you take this candlestick, not only a plate, along with plate you take this candlesticks also, it belongs to you. Bishop, and he also says, Bishop, now you may go in peace. By the way, when you come again, you need not to come through the garden. You can always come in and go out by the front door. So he also says that when you go along with that, you take a silver candlestick, and remember that you come by main door and go the way of a main door. Means you take a entry by the main door like a guest. Don't leave the wall. Don't jump the wall like a thief, he says. The door of mine is all never locked, day or night. So he says that my door of my house never closed for you. Anytime you come and anytime you can go, but you have to enter through the main gate, main door, not by the compound wall. My brother, promise me that you would use this silver to become an honest man. Will you fulfill this promise? So he says that, see, I am giving you this silver item and you have to promise me that hereafter you will become a honest man. You will never cheat anyone or you won't do any mistake. Why he has done so? Why he said so? Because last night he treated the well. He gave the good treatment. After ignoring the good treatment also, that Jane Virgin has stolen the silver item. It shows the helplessness of a convict or the Jane Virgin. That problem was understood by the bishop. Are you getting, children? So what he will do? He will understand the need of the convict so that he will give the entire silverware and he saved the Jane from the policeman, and he says that he expects that I can understand your problem, but while understanding your problem only, I gave you silverware, and remember that and promise me that after doing this much or help also, you should not do a mistake. You should be loyal person. You have to change your life. The advice he will give to the convict. Convict, yes, I will. I feel I am a man again and not a wild beast. So he agreed. Whatever suggestion or whatever advice given by the bishop, he will accept. Okay, you helped me this much, you gave me a silverware, it means some money, right? You gave me opportunity to live. Year after, I will live like a man. I will forget that I am an animal. Because children, only an animal can't understand which is a good and which is a bad. So he treated like animal, right? When the bishop given him a good treatment, he forgot that was a good treatment. In return, I have to give the good. He forgot the good deeds and he did the mistake by taking the silverware. So he says that I will ignore my mistake and I will try to change myself. I will live like a good man. He says that one, a man. So he says that I will live my life like a man with your help. After many years rolled by, and Jane Valjean led the life of an honest man, remembering Bishop's word. So after many years has been passed after this incident, and every time he used to remember the incident of he used to remember the words of a bishop, he used to remember the advice of a bishop, and he used to lead the life of a good man. He had sold all the silverware. He has spent the life of a good man, like a normal people. How he has lived the life of a good man? By selling the silver plate which he has took from the bishop. But he has sold all the silverware except the candlesticks. So he sold the plate, but he kept that silver stick. Why? He kept them with all his life in the memory of a good bishop. He strove for the cause of a oppressed, downtrodden and destitute. So it says that he kept that silver stick in the memory of a bishop, because the bishop is a one who saved or who turned the life of a convict. So in that memory he has kept the silver stick for the memory, and the money which he earned by selling the silver plate, he has started the business and earned the money, and that money he has used for the sake of the depressed or the person one who are in the trouble. Like a bishop, he too started to help the life of a people one who are in a trouble. Children, here clear? Is it clear for you why that bishop was named as a noble? Because of the quality that he has possessed. What was the policy of quality? That was ignoring the bad deeds of a convict and understanding the problem of a person and giving a new life, giving a new chance to the people. That what the bishop has done to convict. If he has got angry and told the police that I have not given the plates, he himself has stolen, then what would be the condition? Again 19 years till the lifelong he has to spend in the jail, isn't it? But what he has done, he has understood the problem of a convict, and again he helped the Jane Valjean by giving the silver stick and making him to live a new life, so that he has become inspiration to convict as well as he has become the inspiration to other people, one who was in trouble. This is the lesson where moral says that before judging people, before we are judging a people, we have to know the reason, children. We have to know the real reason behind that. They may be a wrong, but how they become a wrong, what made them to wrong, that we have to analyze. And main thing is that we have to give a chance to change the person. That is what the lesson says about. Children, I hope you understood the lesson and the moral of the lesson. You read it once. While reading any of the point, you find it in the lesson that you underline, and also read the meaning of the lesson and meaning of a difficult word, and underline the grammar part like a preposition, article, wherever you noticed in the lesson, and I will meet you in the next class with another new lesson, children. Till then, read well and take care at home. See you soon, children.